12:47 in the afternoon, and I just stopped for a break. In fact, I could still hear the air kind of adjusting from my drive axles due to the uneven driving surface here. But I have got 43,000 pounds worth of steel I-beams, and you can kind of see they're of varying lengths. So I tried to capture the ends here the best I could on both ends. And oh, I shouldn't do this. I'm rubbing my eye. This is, I'm wearing a black shirt. This is Mississippi, and it's warm. Thank goodness for air conditioning. I'm at the Kangaroo Express because it'll be, I don't need anything at the Pilot across the street, and it's packed. You know, they're always busy, so I try to use these smaller places. And I didn't know this place was going to be here, but when I was pulling up, I'm like, oh, they have truck parking, so I'll use this place. Anyway, I've delivered tomorrow in Georgia. What's the name of this town? Albany, Georgia. Door's locked. You know, I do that when I get out. Helps if I unlock it correctly. Got all kinds of new electronic devices hooked up. Let's see. But yeah, Albany, Georgia. It delivers tomorrow. And this is pretty, you know, as close to Florida, I think, as I've ever been. I'm trying to give it something to focus on here. It takes a while for the camera to adjust in this two camera mode. But yeah, that's where it is. Luckily, there is a fuel stop 6 miles from the destination of where I'm delivering tomorrow. I have no idea why it just went out of focus, but hey, I don't care. There's a fuel stop 6 miles from where I deliver tomorrow. I won't make it there tonight. I'll be like 30 minutes short. So I'll have to find a place to park. And then go there, go get fuel, and then wherever they send me to, then I'll proceed from that point on. I have no idea what kind of load I'll get out of that area. I'm going to guess lumber, because anytime I go to these kind of way out of the way places on the outskirts of our territory, it always tends to be lumber that we go back on. I've got my new Garmin. Will that show up in the camera? My forward-facing camera that has alerts, but it also runs 24/7, so I can capture video, and then if there's an incident, I can hit a button and it saves that particular bit of video, and I'll do a review on that at some point once I've used it for a little bit. I've also got another electronic device that recently arrived at my house that I set up yesterday, and I want to fully understand it before I even talk about it. But it's a signal booster for my cell phone. I guess I just talked about it, didn't I? But that's okay. Once I've completely utilized it and figured out all the different bits of information I want to about it, then I can do a review on that as well. It's called the WeBoost 4GX over-the-road signal booster. So we'll go from there. So far, I'm liking it. But like I said, I just hooked it up yesterday, and I still need to fully understand all the little intricacies it has. So once I've gone over those, got these two new electronic devices completely, I think, utilized and understood, then I'll give a review. I'm not one of those people that kind of says, hey, Check out this device I just got 3 seconds ago, and I am completely knowledgeable and can give you an honest opinion on how great this product is. I don't listen to those kind of reviews because it's like you're opening the box right now and you're expecting me to understand, to believe that you know what you're doing. Okay. To each their own. Anyway, I've got 23 minutes left on my break. What am I doing here talking to my phone? I forget that Fort Benning. I'm on the Alabama side of Fort Benning, Georgia. I'm at the Marathon Truck Auto Plaza. On my GPS, this is like the only truck stop out this way that actually shows up with any kind of parking. But the thing I noticed when you're in these kind of southeastern states, they have what I call, in a lot of areas, as you travel down the road, opportune parking. What I mean by that is there's often opportunities to park in areas next to gas stations that aren't, I guess, identified as truck stops. They have these tiny gas stations, but they have large gravel lots where you see trucks parked in them. And I notice that a lot in the South, which is good. This is a fairly large truck parking area. I was kind of surprised because when I first pulled in, see that there's a truck pulling in right now. I pulled in between those two trailers and I was thinking, wow, this is probably going to be tight. I've only got 25 minutes left on my clock. I'll probably have to keep driving and find some parking. But I got back here and I was like, oh, there's parking everywhere. So I'm kind of surprised. And I think the farther back you park, the more disabled the vehicles are. You can see there's tires on the ground here next to this trailer. But if you were to travel farther down this area, you would get to like that trailer, that reefer. It doesn't even have axles on it. It's as if the farther you go that way, the more repairs are needed. And I'm kind of on a slope here. Not so much the truck, but the trailer, which is not a big deal. But I notice there's a more level parking spot up over in this area, so I'm gonna move my truck to that area. I've got about, I don't know, an hour and a half to go in the morning to get to my destination to deliver this steel. And once I get there, we'll see what we get to get me out of like southern Georgia. And I think this will be the farthest southeast I've ever traveled in a truck in this job. I mean, I've been to Florida. In fact, I think I've been to every state in this country. Can't think of a state I haven't been to yet. But as far as trucking, this will be the farthest southeast I've driven into this part of Georgia. So it'll be interesting. Bought some gum. I like chewing on gum. Keeps my mouth occupied, not so much striving after the soda works. Because I still drink soda, but I don't drink caffeinated beverages anymore. And I guess that's the next goal. Get to the point where I'm not drinking soda at all. I bring water, and I drink a lot of that, but yeah, I stopped bringing the carbonated water, and I'm just trying to drink straight water, and occasionally I have a Sprite. So, yeah, that's my goal. Get off of that completely and just drink straight water, and then I'll feel good about myself for at least a couple weeks, and then I'll figure out something else I need to improve. That's it. I get kind of scruffy looking when I don't go home, so this will only get worse. I think a truck just took my parking spot. The truck that you saw drive in front of the camera pulled around and parked in the spot I was going to move to. But I don't think I'm going to move. Now that I'm sitting in here, it's like, it's level enough. And I'll just pull straight out and go that way when I get up in the morning. So you can see the lines here for the truck spacing. So I'm parked adequately to be in the spot designated parking. I'm not sure exactly why, unless this truck right here has been there for quite some time. I'll notice some truck stops have trucks parked in unusual places, but that's because they've been parked there for a while and they may have shown up when everything else was full. And for some reason the truck is still there. I don't know. That's just my rationale. Anyway, that's it. Have a good night. I'm staying the night in Alabama. And I will head to Albany, Georgia. Albany. Did I say that right? Yeah, Albany, Georgia. And then I'll go get fuel. And I should be fine. Everything should be good. The only thing going to get the fuel is going to add at least, if my next assignment isn't in the same direction, if it's in the opposite direction, it's going to put 12 miles out of route automatically because it's 6 miles from where I'm picking up. But it's really not a terribly big deal. I just try to keep it as low as I can to keep my average down. But right now I'm doing good, so I mean it's not going to be a huge issue. But those are the things you got to be conscious of while you're driving. It's just trying to minimize everything, trying to get everything as close as you can to your route as far as fuel stops and brakes and all that stuff. So traveling far out of route to go do something, it isn't financially advisable.